There's so much of grace that is available to us that we just don't see. Sometimes I ask myself, why do the things that are not pleasing to God, why do the decisions that are not good, the bad things, why do they come easier? Why is it easier to do the wrong things, make the bad decision? Why does it always feel good? And in opposition, why is it that doing good has to come with deliberate thoughts, deliberate action, having self control, being determined, having, you know, going according to the will of God, consulting the Lord in all things? It's it's a question I used to have, especially when I was younger. And I guess I just settled on the fact that whatever is worth it, whatever is good in the long run, is not something that can easily be shaken, because those things that are bad, those decisions that are wrong, those, you know, bad choices, they always they're always fleeting. If you notice, they don't, whatever good, whatever feeling, whatever we get from them, they don't last. But the things that come from God, the things that, you know, that are good, truly good, things that are of God, the decisions that were made by being led by God, the grace that was released to be able to do the right things. Now that it lasts, it's fulfilling, it's something that sticks with you. When you see the hand of God, and there's some times where you make those decisions and you don't even know what the outcome is, maybe until months, until years go by, and then you look back and you say, wow, imagine if I didn't make this decision, right? And yes, it's easier, I wouldn't lie, in this time and age, doing things that make life easier in the meantime seem to be just the best right now. You see so many things happening in the world, so many people just wanting to get away from the reality of the things happening in the world, and we make all these our choices that gratify our immediate self, that and at the end of the day, it doesn't last. It's fleeting. It's those moments that bring us regret, those things that make us look back and say, but why did I do this? I knew better. But in the time, it was easier to not have to go through that deliberate effort, to be intentional, to make the right choice, to have the right discussions. It's, and, we've all heard anything worth doing is worth doing well. And I know that's probably an easy thing to say, but I know there's a scripture in the Bible that says, I guess, a scripture, Philippians 4, verses 8, which says, in conclusion, my friends, Fill your minds with those things that are good and that deserve praise, things that are true, noble, right, pure, lovely, and honorable. And when when we hear these things, when we are asked to do these things in in the concept of it, we understand. We know that all things that are good, things that deserve praise, things that are true, noble. But in practice, having to constantly filter through all the distracting images, all the things that are not good, the things that are not true, the things that are not pure, are so much more than the things that are pure in the world right now. So it's easier to just let go and look at things that are readily available. But the things that are good, you have to search for it, you have to work for it, you have to make that deliberate action, for those things. And it's interesting that we go the extra mile for things that, are in opposition to these words. But then when the especially since a lot of things that are not good, it's not everything that, it doesn't, what's the word? It doesn't immediately show fruit. So it's those are things that sit and rest in your subconscious, things that seem like they're harmless and those that are not doing anything. Oh, I'm just watching this show, it's harmless. But the repercussions of these things, it's so easy to not realize until much later and you're like, why am I reacting this way? When did I start cursing? When did I start thinking about these things? When did this become my norm? Why am I suddenly violent? Why? And you ask yourself, where did these things come from? Where did I get this from? But subconsciously, we've allowed these things to feed our minds. Been able to, we've not been able to filter through all the things that are not good, through all the things that are not true, through all the things that are not noble, right, pure in the eyes of God. And instead, we're oversaturated by the things that are bad, all these things. But the things that are truly good, pure, righteous, honorable, lovely, you have to be intentional about them. You have to search them out. You have to, by yourself, decide that you want to focus on these things. And that in itself is by the grace of God. So I guess what I'm saying is, yes, the things of this world, the things that are not good, the things that feel good, the things that are not right, they come easier. They are so much easier. They feel good. They occupy us in the meantime. But as people that love God, as people that know that when it comes to God, we live for the eternal. We are spiritual beings. We know that time is fleeting in the eyes of God. So we cannot live in the now and focus on the now alone. Focus on only the things that we feel in this moment. Instead, we need to try to focus on the things that are probably not all that easier, but I know that if we ask God for the grace, for the capacity to go the extra mile, to filter these things for you, to help me, work through these things. Sorry, to help me, find the right things to focus on, the things that are fulfilling, the things that give you that warm, fuzzy satisfaction that I am doing the right thing. And like I said, we focus on the eternal because we are spiritual beings, and being spiritual beings means that we may not have the gratification now, but we know that there is joy where we're going to. So I think the biggest question is, can you deny yourself now for what you will receive later? I believe that that question is more accurate in this time that we're in more than anything. It's accurate in the sense that being able to deny yourself of things that are just not of God, the things that will make you feel okay, the things that will take your mind off the pain, the things that would help you relieve stress. But because you know that what you will get in the long run, in spite of the pain, in spite of the stress, in spite of your reality in this moment, is this time is fleeting. It will pass. But that eternity, it will not pass. That's where we're going to. And the question of, can you deny yourself for what you will get, really determines how you get there and what you need when you are there. Futuristic thinking does not seem to come very easily to us in these days. Most people are focused on the now, focused on right now. Let tomorrow handle itself. Yes, there's a part of the Bible that says, you know, let tomorrow, take care of tomorrow, basically. And I get that. But at the end of the day, we are people that trust God, believe God, know that all things that come with the things of God require patience, require steadfastness, require us to be still. And that just means that these are not now gratifications, these are not things that we receive immediately. You know, so I would say at the end of the day that if I can deny myself of this 2 minutes, this 1 hour, this day of just feeling good, because I know that it is fleeting, because I know that it will only, in the long run, not serve me well, but instead I ask for the grace, for God to give me that grace to move forward, to be strong in the now, to make the right decisions, to say no to the right things, to filter through the things that are not good, to help me focus and fill my mind with things that are good, deserve praise, true, noble, right, pure, lovely, honorable. If I can truly make that decision, then I'm no longer living for today. I'm not living for tomorrow. I'm living for eternity, which is the most important. So I guess that's really all I have to say. Thanks for listening.